Hey guys, welcome back to MarkDillon.com. Before I get started, I just want to tell you that I hope you all had a really fantastic Thanksgiving and got to spend it with those that are closest to you. You know, this time of the year always just reminds me how fast time goes by. I mean, here we are at Thanksgiving. Before you know it, it'll be Christmas and New Year's after that, and it just is a reminder of how fleeting time is, and you know that should make anybody take notice and say I should make the most out of each and every day that I have. And the holidays are they especially remind me of that. Considering I lost my mother at a young age and quite a few close relatives, so uh, these things just kind of are very poignant reminders of how fleeting time is. So anywho, um, let's get to tonight's question, which is from Anthony. He says, Mark, I'm a big fan. It's nice to see a guy my age who is so together. My question, would you date someone you are attracted to on many levels, even if it's in violation of workplace policy? One of my colleagues and I have been flirting, and I'm unsure if I should proceed. What would you do? Ooh, Anthony, that's a tough one, and I'll tell you why. Because one, it's very situational, and there are so many unknown variables in your question that I have no way to to know. So I think first and foremost, for me it would depend on, do I really think this is someone that I could see as being my partner, spending the rest of my life with? Do I think they're my soulmate? Is the attraction that strong that it's worth risking, risking my job or career? Second of all, how important is this particular job? How easy would it be to replace it? If you decided to move forward with this person, would it be easy for one of you to switch jobs and not be super harmful to the person's career? Again, without knowing those things, it's really hard for me to give you any definite advice. I do think you should look a little bit further into your company's particular policy, because sometimes that's only applicable to people who are in, one is in a subordinate role and the other one is in a supervisory role. In other cases, it may not be that one reports directly to the other, but they're on opposite sides of the checks and balances, so to speak. For example, if you were in sales and somebody else and the person was in accounting, that could create a conflict of interest. So first of all, you want to look into your particular company's policy and see exactly what would constitute a violation of that policy. It may be that you're not violating anything. And if there is just a general prohibition on dating within the company, I might want to reconsider working there in the first place, because I think that might be a little bit overstepping one's boundaries in terms of being an employer. And second, there are a great number of relationships that start in the workplace. It is not uncommon for people to meet their spouse either in school or at work. Those are the two places people tend to spend the most of their time. So again, look into your company's policy, find out what constitutes a violation, and if there is a general prohibition, you probably should talk to this person and say, hey, I think um, we need to decide if this is going to go any further, how we'd like to proceed. I mean, would you actually be willing to leave this place so that we could date? Would I be willing to leave? And that in itself will give you a great kind of indication of whether it's worth proceeding. If both of you say, no, you know what, I really love this job, I couldn't see myself leaving, maybe we should just kind of try to date under the radar, that's probably a telltale sign that the relationship wouldn't be worth risking your career for in the first place. So Anthony, I want to be careful not to give you any bad advice or cause you to be too impulsive, because again, I don't know your particular situation. So yeah, that's about all I have to say as far as that goes. And thank you for the nice email. I hope the advice is reflective of somebody who is so together, as you put it. Um, I always laugh when people use that term, because usually people use it for people who just tend to avoid any kind of trouble or drama. I don't do anything especially noteworthy that warrants the word "so together" so much as I just avoid a lot of conflict and drama in my life. And that's done by being very selective about who my friends are and avoiding drugs and drinking and partying and all that stuff that's so common among young gay men. So when you say it's nice to see a guy your age who's so together, I would just tell you that, uh, as the old saying goes, in the valley of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. So I doubt that either one of us is extremely together, so much as we probably avoid some of the excess drama and conflict that's around people our age in the gay community. So there you go, Anthony. I hope this helps you. Guys, thanks again for tuning in to markdillon.com, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're watching there. Y'all have a great night.